Hey guys, I'm at the Ohio Statehouse in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus is actually the 5th capital city of Ohio, and this is the 3rd Capitol building. Despite this, it's one of the oldest continually used Capitol buildings in the United States, state Capitol buildings. It's completed about 1857. It should be noted that some of the earlier capitals of Ohio were territorial capitals before the Ohio became a state in 1803. This building is not quite as large as some of the other state capitals, but I like the way it looks, and it should be noticed that it's been significantly expanded underground. I've noted in earlier videos that cities tend to spring up around natural features. That's not exactly the case for Columbus, although it is at the confluence of the Oglethangee and Scioto rivers. What happened is that after the War of 1812, the British permanently withdrew their influence from the American Midwest. The state of Ohio wanted a new capital closer to the center of the state, whereas the previous capitals had been closer to the Ohio River. They chose Columbus partly because of its location on the confluence, but also because 3 of the landowners here offered to build them a state capitol and to lay out a street grid. The first state capitol, they offered to spend up to $50,000. It cost about $75,000 or $80,000, and the state made up the difference. Columbus doesn't exactly follow the dictates of the Northwest Ordinance because it wasn't government land, it was laid out privately. 3 of the landowners went together to form a company. 2 of them went bankrupt in a financial panic in the 1820s. Primarily, Columbus lays around 2 streets. That's High Street, and that's Broad Street over there. And because of this, it's a major area for mass transit, specifically the bus system here. Each corner, each direction has its own bus station. For people to change lines, they often have to cross streets, 1 or more streets, to get to another bus stop. You would think that this would require or would call for a unified bus station. However, the property values here are just so high that it's 100% corner, considered the highest property values in the metro area. You see some enormous buildings. You know, you burn your roof of your mouth looking up at those things. The National Road came through here in the 1830s, and it connected to the canal that ran from Cincinnati or Portsmouth to the Ohio River as well. But Columbus was never really a major industrial center as such. It never suffered the same decline as other Rust Belt cities. In fact, it's one of the only 2 cities east of the Mississippi never lost population between censuses. Jacksonville is the other, but Jacksonville benefits from having annexed all of Duval County. It is true that Columbus covers most of Franklin County, Ohio, and as such, it had room to expand in its suburbs, but it's still rapidly growing, rated one of the best cities in the United States to live. And I guess that's that. This is Bill McKinley behind me. He's one of several Republican presidents from Ohio in the late 1800s that sprung out of the political machine that grew up around Ulysses S. Grant, the famous Civil War general that beat the Confederacy into submission. Have a good day, everyone. I'll holler at you later.